Hey, Sean Hart back with Seth Stevens for another episode, Seth, of Amazon Seller Brand Stories, buddy. And do we have a nice guest today, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. Super excited here, guys. If you don't, if this is the first time you've ever been on or seen one of these shows, it's an amazing way to dig in and find out about the amazing brands that you see on Amazon every single day. A lot of them are amazing entrepreneurs. They've built a business with or without their family in some cases, and you just figure out and you get to see the passion behind the products that you're buying every single day. So it's a lot of fun. And Sean, the one that we have today with Josh is going to be a little bit extra special as well.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and add Josh to the studio here.
Hey
Josh,
guys,
hey,
Sean,
what's up?
Seth.
Creator of Pike Trail. Been looking so forward to this interview. And the goal here, Josh, is to let consumers out there, let them get to know your brand and what makes your brand different, if you will, and why we should pay a little bit more attention to your listing on Amazon versus maybe some other lower priced products, because we know
Sure.
that not all products are created equal. So say hello to the audience, Josh. Tell us a little bit of background. We'll jump into some Q&A, buddy.
Hey everyone, thanks again, Sean, Seth, for having me on. Yeah, super excited to be on here today. I started Pike Trail back in 2017. Originally, I was in spine surgery, believe it or not. I was a sales rep working with some surgeons. Was in there basically during surgery days in the OR. And, working with them, it was a lot of fun to kind of work with the instruments, the implants, and find out exactly, what they liked, what they didn't like, and then going back to our company and working with the engineers to develop medical devices and instrumentation that, made the surgery easier, essentially. So really, to be honest with you, I kind of parlayed that into the hiking, camping, hunting world, fishing world too. I guess, obviously it's my passion. I think we all know that you need to be passionate about, the business, the products, whatever you're in order to really, give it that extra effort and kind of turn it from the hard part of work to, I don't know, more fun, more fun.
Yeah,
Obviously that's what's going to get you through the challenges. Is you got to be passionate about.
exactly. That's a great point, Josh. So how do you go from being in medical device sales to saying, obviously you're passionate about it. Look at your walls. I mean, they're covered in what you guys are doing every single day. So Pike Trails, this amazing brand that you created, but where did this come from? How did you get this idea, and why did you decide to pursue building your own thing versus sticking to a traditional career?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed marketing. I was a marketing major in college, and I don't know. There's something about that creative side of it all, and understanding the psychology on why somebody buys something. And so I wanted to kind of bring in basically my interest level, my hobbies, and create a business around it. While I was still, I love spine surgery. I mean, it was a great career, but I had to make a choice. Essentially, Pike Trail kind of took off. And that's when I decided to just go full bore with our company. So let me back up a little bit. I guess the name came from a trail that me and my wife, my kids, and some friends cut. I had 10 acres that backed up to the MKT Trail or the Katy Trail, essentially. And then you had the Missouri River in front of that. And so there was a bunch of pine trees. It was kind of thick and overgrown, and we wanted to cut a trail out to the bluff to take in the scene. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It looks at the west, and so you see just the most incredible sunsets over top the Missouri River. So essentially, that's where it all kind of started. The name of the company came from that trail that we hand cut. So from there, basically kind of brought together a lot of my friends, some of my coworkers, people that I used to work with, and everybody kind of looks at the outdoors space slightly different, or has different hobbies and whatnot. And so we kind of created this company with the help of a lot of friends, and finding out what their passions are. Essentially, I'm using them. They're the influencers, no different than the surgeons. So that's kind of how we started creating our products.
Wow, that's great. So, Josh, tell me if you can, do you have any samples of your product there in your office? And if so,
Yeah,
it would help. And
sure.
yeah, let's take a look at that, and let's kind of show folks, showcase the products that you're most proud of, and
Okay.
let us know, because just because someone's watching this interview, Josh, doesn't necessarily mean that they know exactly what you sell. So, kind of give us a rundown here of what you do and with your product, and more
Okay.
importantly, Josh, what makes your product different than something someone else may find on Amazon.
Yeah. We started off with a pocket blanket. So this is basically a ground tarp. It's 100% waterproof. The thing that made this different, that launched the company essentially, is that it's 100% waterproof and not water resistant. So a lot of the products that were out there beforehand were water resistant. And we wanted something that was, you could get up and your butt wasn't going to be wet. So, I mean, it was pretty simple, so, we really focused in on the fact that it was waterproof. I mean, it's not like rocket science. So that was the first product. We had some success with it. It's little, small, packable. There's, soccer moms love it. People that, like to picnic, they like it. I mean, you can use it for anything, hiking, backpacking. People keep it in their cars in case a heavy rainstorm pops up and they need to cover something in the back of their truck. So multiple uses. Is a great product to start with.
You know what's
From
funny
there,
about that? Let me pause you just for a second.
yeah,
I actually own one of those that I bought on AliExpress. Shame on me. And it is water resistant, but I
right.
actually purchased it to use as kind of a blanket, something to throw over me when I'm traveling overseas, because for whatever reason, it seems like the air conditioner is always set on 58 degrees. And, I like it like 80 or more. So I find it useful to just kind of take off, the wind chill factor coming from my seat neighbor's air
Right.
conditioner vent. But I have had something spill on it before, and I can tell you that it is not waterproof. Josh, go ahead.
You're exactly right, Sean. No, I mean, a lot of that material was made out of a parachute material, so it would protect for 30 seconds or so, but yeah, anything longer than that. So, it was something simple. It wasn't like it wasn't like we were reinventing the wheel. It was a pretty simple product, and it was a good one to learn off of, I think. So
Right.
I learned right away that you find out what the competition isn't doing. Find out, you read the reviews. You got to read the reviews of your competitors, and you find out where the missing holes are. And obviously, you create your marketing plan around that. So from there, we went to hiking gaiters, and so these are pocket-sized product. But I'm sure you guys know about the gaiters. They're essentially a cover that you wear from your shoe. It wraps around your shoe and comes up and straps around your leg, so it prevents stone, rocks, snow, water, that type of thing from getting in.
I'd never heard of it. Have you, Seth?
Yeah, I have, just because some of my friends are hunters, and
Yeah.
when you're hunting and you're out in the elements, this is important that you don't get your boots and your shoes all filled up with the elements, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan would be proud.
So that actually was our first product that turned into a bestseller. One of the ways the reason behind that was, people hate reading these small little mini sizing charts, especially when you're buying online. That's, I think, one of the big issues with buying products online versus buying them in store, is it's hard to get that sizing right. So we wanted to create a one size fits all gaiter. Didn't happen right away, but we eventually perfected it. We're in our third generation with this gaiter now, and we're currently bestseller with it still. And so we continue to build out that product line. We are about to get into kind of a more mid-length gaiter and a running gaiter. So it's been a lot of fun. That then propelled us to sleeping bag liners. We're getting into these ultralight backpacking chairs, fit in a tiny little bag, less than
Wow.
pound.
That's a chair in a bag. That's a chair in a bag.
Yes, chair in a bag. I mean, this thing is. We haven't launched it yet, no. So I'm giving away some free stuff, and I might get some competition because of it. But oh well. I want to see everybody succeed. But it is pretty amazing. It just folds up
Wow.
like nothing. And
Oh my gosh.
Snaps
I
into
needed
place.
that.
It
4
is
days
great.
ago, I'm sitting on Daytona Beach and I can't find a chair anywhere. I needed that.
Exactly. So very easy. We're
Look at
excited
that.
about this.
That's awesome.
I'm in a college community here at the University of Missouri, and so this we think is going to work really well for the tailgating crowd. So essentially, it snaps on there, and that's it. So
That's amazing. See, Seth, this is why Missouri is the show me state. We're getting like an entire overview, like a walkthrough of his products. Seth.
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, a couple other things coming out too, trekking poles and whatnot. So yeah, we're excited. We're growing like crazy.
I really like it, Josh. And so you didn't just create a product or your brand and then slap your label on a product that was out there that was the same as what everybody else has. You actually said, okay, well, what can I do to make this better? So with your blanket, you said, I'm not going to make it water resistant. I'm going to make it waterproof. And so it actually fulfills the function of, protecting you from the ground. And then with your chair, for instance, you were serving this need. And then with your gaiters, you made it one size fits all. So this is the reason why we do these Amazon seller brand stories, Josh, is because there's people out there that actually care more than, random Joe Schmo who's just trying to make a buck on Amazon to actually make your life better and actually give you a better product experience. So I know that you are you're building this business. You said you had a family now. So what does this business mean to you guys, you personally, and then what does it mean to your family, Josh?
Yeah, no, I mean it's been a lot of fun getting the kids involved. I got 3 girls; they're all teenage girls, so of course they know TikTok and the social media world and whatnot. So they teach me how to help advertise this thing through social media. So it's been fun. Actually, my youngest daughter, we kind of helped come up. She helped me come up with the name on a walk after we had cut that trail, and so we're like, okay, what can we call this thing? So I think she was maybe 7 or 8 at the time, and so we still talk about that. I don't know. It's just that creation side, and you guys know. I mean, there's something so fulfilling when you create.
Absolutely.
Your own company, your own
for
product.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, question I had for you, Josh, like a lot of consumers out there like me are not aware of the differences. Obviously you're not on AliExpress, and actually made that purchase when I was living in Thailand. So you weren't available to me, no Amazon. But as a consumer, where do you find a lot of consumers making mistakes when they're comparing your product over another, or where are other sellers or other brand owners lacking when it comes to quality or usability?
Well, I think maybe too many shortcuts are taken when you're looking for that next product. There's so many services out there to help you find those products.
Well, Josh, I'm not really talking about as a seller. This podcast is consumer based. So these are Amazon consumers watching these episodes. So what should they be aware of? Like, where do you see buyers, Amazon buyers, the end user, retail buyer, where are we making mistakes when we're shopping for your type of products that you wish people would know about?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Remember, this is a consumer-facing podcast.
Yeah. I would say that maybe what they might be focusing a little bit too much on some of the big name brands. I think that there's a lot of creativity with some of us smaller business owners, because we're essentially not in that corporate world, or the company hasn't expanded so much that we've lost our passion. I mean, we do this every day, and we're constantly coming out with new ideas to create better products for ourselves first. I mean, obviously we're using these things as we're out hunting, fishing, and camping and whatnot. So that first and foremost, I think, is what separates us as Pike Trail, is that everybody that's on our team is out here doing this stuff. And so it's not about selling the product. Yeah, that's fun, but it's more about seeing our customers use our products and it bettering their experience, on their journey, whatever they're interested in at the time. If they're just getting into backpacking or whatever. I mean, when we get these reviews back about we got another product called Snake Gaiters. They love our Snake Gaiters. They're so comfortable. They're easy to wear. They feel more safe being able to take their family hiking through the woods and during snake season. And just those types of things, knowing that you're helping that family experience nature and not worry about getting bit by a snake, So, yeah.
That's amazing, Josh. And I guarantee that I would rather be wearing a product if I'm out there, experiencing the outdoors that was built by somebody who has that same passion. It's not just somebody who's whipping up the next product. You understand what it's like because you are passionate about it and your family is passionate about it. And you guys actually use your products and you've put thought into what would make this product better. So we really appreciate you, Josh, all the passion you put into your brand. So let's talk about wrapping this podcast up, but let's let people know, Josh, where can people find your products? Where would you send them to? And then also, if you'd like to make a special offer, if you wanted to offer, a special discount, you can do that as well.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously you can find us on Amazon, and on piketrail.com. You can go direct to our store. Discount code will give you 15% off. Just put in Pike Trail 15, and you'll be able to get 15% off of any product on the store. So you'll find us through, of course, all the social media platforms and as well. And we're growing. We're growing into other channels and whatnot. But those are the two primary places we're going to find.
What was that discount code? And I'll just put it right on the screen.
Yeah. So do Pike 15. PIKE 15, and that'll give you.
So that's an Amazon discount code, right?
That'll be an Amazon discount code,
yeah,
and it'll
perfect.
also be available on our. It'll be on our website as well.
Okay, there you go.
So for any of your hunting, fishing, outdoors products, go to Amazon and search Pike Trail first. Get 15% off with Pike 15. Josh, thank you so much for having us. For allowing us to host you here today. Sean, let's wrap this up.
Josh, one of our favorite parts of our job is to get to know other sellers out there and let folks out there in the Amazon world who are shopping know why there's a difference in the product. You're sitting in the Show Me State in Missouri. You're not hanging out in Bangladesh with a sweatshop creating these products. You're actually eating your own cooking, right? You're not only the company president, you're also a user and a client. I love that about you. So any parting words of advice for consumers out there before we wrap this episode of Seller Brand Stories, Josh?
Just get out there and enjoy the outside, especially today. There's nothing better than breathing in that fresh air and experiencing a sunrise or a sunset. We're just here to help, make that a little bit easier for you.
Thanks so much, Josh. So, Seth, that was amazing, right? So Josh is out of the studio now. Amazing code. So if you go search for Pike Trail on Amazon as a brand or piketrail.com and then use the discount code Pike15 for 15% off. Seth, so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with me again today, and I'll see you on the next episode.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right. Good job, Josh.
Sorry about that. I got a little confused there. I wasn't sure exactly.
Okay. That's okay. So I ended the recording. So, but we're good. We'll send that to post-production to get this thing up and try to get you some links. I have to apologize ahead of time because we're going through some changes in our marketing department and with some personnel changes. So it may take a little while.
No worries.
If our new folks that we're training don't get this out to you quickly, then feel free to let us know. But it will go into post-production as soon as tonight. You just don't know exactly when it's going to air. Seth?
Yep. So, Josh, what we're going to do with this, well, first of all, you're going to have this content, so you can actually use it in your marketing if you'd like as well, where you're doing your soliloquies, talking about your brand, and, basically you're being interviewed, so it gives you some social proof. We can also clip some parts out that are your favorite, and we can send those out in your email marketing, and you can post them on your socials as well. So we're going to put it on the podcast and on YouTube, and then we'll drop you the raw file where you can do whatever you'd like to do with it as well. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Take care. Happy hunting.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see you.